Hello, my fellow Earth Angels. So, I have found myself more consistent than ever lately with the things that feel life-giving, including working out. So, today I wanted to share my workout routine with you and how I stay focused and disciplined while also acting out of love. Let's just dive into it. I'll have little titles in the timeline below, but overall, when I say I act out of love rather than fear, it's that everything is returning me to a place of wholeness and just joy and celebration and acceptance rather than feeding into shame, guilt, and smallness. I'm a very aspirational person. I really believe in myself and the power of transformation in general, and I think in the past that has led me to make really unrealistic goals for myself, and when I fell short of this really high bar I set for myself, I would just want to give up and feel too far gone and like there was no point. But taking inventory of my state of mind, my schedule, and how much time I have to dedicate to working out, and my energy levels and my hormone levels, that has been a much more productive use of the information around me and has helped me create realistic goals that I can actually stick to. How can I make the environment most conducive so that I have the energy, desire, and excitement to work out? I've noticed about myself that the sooner I can return to a loving state of awareness where I'm actually excited to take care of my body and do the self-care, the better. And when I feel like I'm too far gone, I just attach to that story, and it takes so much longer for me to even have the courage to show up and believe that I can do something that I set my mind to. So although it might seem really soft and this like feminine way of doing things, I honestly just think that it makes the most sense. Just keep showing up as much as possible, as consistently as you can, and tweaking the things that aren't working until consistency becomes easy. But completely beating yourself up and attaching yourself to a story that you're too far gone is not helpful. And you can use this in terms of your spiritual practices, your routines, anything that you're trying to consistently show up for. It doesn't just have to be working out, but this has also really helped me with binge eating. So just releasing stories of shame and guilt and returning to love as quickly as possible. Let's get into my workout routine. This is a little rough draft. I'll put it for you here. So on Mondays and Wednesdays, I do high intensity interval training with the Copilot app. And then on Fridays, I do a mobility class. Today's video is sponsored by Copilot, which is a system that uses coaching and technology to help you stay consistent. And they have been immensely helpful for me. But that is my general workout flow, and I will also try to do an hour of cardio 3 to 4 times a week. That's just any day that I have the availability to spend an hour or 45 minutes getting sweaty, getting my heart rate up, and that can look like swimming or hiking, biking, going to an ecstatic dance even. I sweat so much, and really it's like a whole workout when I go to ecstatic dance. Just anything that is enjoyable to move my body, and I really emphasize my cardio being a time where I'm not inside and I'm enjoying nature or just getting out of the house. As long as I get these 3 workout classes done by the end of the week, that is my grace for myself, and it is me being realistic. But I have been working out with Copilot for the past few months. Initially, you will have an onboarding call with a fitness and health coach. You will talk about your past experience with working out, what did work, what didn't, and what your goals are for the present. And then your coach will create a customized workout plan for you, including any gear that you have at your house, or if you have access to a whole gym, and you can always tweak things in your workout or add things. I communicated with my coach that I have sensitive knees, so we got rid of a few exercises in my program, and at the end of every workout you can leave feedback for your trainer. You can rate the workout and always touch base if something needs to be changed, or if you want more intensity, less intensity. I started out with less intense workouts and slowly built up to something where I'm fully drenched in sweat after. And having another human that is expecting you to work out, that is cheering you on and motivating you to stay consistent, has been so extremely helpful. I've even messaged my coach telling her that I'm really struggling to stay consistent, but this is what I'm going to do to shift things, and have sent her videos back and forth after workouts. It's just a really lovely human connection and interaction when it comes to working out, which I feel like is such a solitary act. But I also really love the calendar where every time you work out, it checks off that workout for the week, and you can also add other habits to your calendar. For me, on Sundays, I have the goal to cook a new meal, a new healthy recipe to keep me excited about eating nourishing things. And you can add anything like meditation or your yoga practice or even your cardio. It's such a good resource, and it feels so personal because if I'm unsure of how to do an exercise, for example, I can send my coach a video of me doing it, and then she can send one back of the correct alignment so that I don't hurt myself. If you're curious, you can click my Copilot link to get 14 free days with your own expert fitness and health coach. It'll be the first link in my description box down below. It really feels like I'm not alone in my workout endeavors, and that is the overall gist of my workout routine. Now, on a monthly scale, I work out with my cycle. I made a whole video on this that I'll link down below, but throughout my follicular and ovulatory phase are the main times that I do high intensity interval training. So from the last week before I bleed through the end of my cycle, I do mat work, floor workouts, and my coach on Copilot has tailored workouts for this time in my cycle. So I will focus on core and booty exercises. There are a lot of books and resources to learn more, so I will link one or two down below. I just noticed that it really works for my body and makes a lot of sense according to the hormones that are present, and I just realized that my energy levels and mood are literally exactly on par with each of the 4 seasons of my cycle, and I'll also link my Instagram post about this down below. And when I do notice a myriad of unrelenting critical thoughts about my body, I really sit with myself and I ask, do I believe this? Would I think this about anyone else that I see? Is this my belief system, and what do I actually want to embody? How can I embody my belief system right now? And I truly do believe that everyone is inherently worthy, that we are not here just to be these pretty, docile little things. I believe that beauty extends far beyond the physical and that energy speaks louder than anything. And I do believe that feeling like we have to contort ourselves into these very narrow boxes is what depletes us and makes us weak and dims our light. And so I always remind myself of that. And if it's helpful to you, it could be a beautiful practice to write affirmations for yourself, to write your belief system about body image, about self-worth. Where does it actually come from? What does it look like in you? And one of the things that I told my coach when we had our onboarding call was that I don't want to focus on body image. And that's not something that we bring up at all. Even all of our conversations are focused on the way that things feel, and that feels so good and like an everlasting goal, to be seeking this feeling of fulfillment and health and wellness within your body rather than an external mirage of it. So I just love being able to be fully met where I'm at, and my history and sensitivity, how to continue working out after struggling with an eating disorder. So I highly recommend taking a break, not forcing yourself to do anything except for return back to love and kindness with yourself. I took, I think, a whole year-long break from working out, which is why this return feels so good, because I'm doing it differently in ways that are actually life-giving. But if you feel healthy and stable enough to start working out and you're not in a place of spiraling, I definitely recommend having an ally that you can talk to. Like, hey, I have struggled in the past with over-exercising and an eating disorder. I'm thinking about going back to the gym. I feel stable enough to do it. I'm worried that I could spiral into obsessive thoughts or habits. My boundaries with myself are this. You can say how many days a week you're going to work out and not do anything more than that. Not weighing yourself perhaps. Be intuitive, talk to trusted people about it. And if you never step foot in a gym again, that is okay. Maybe that is part of your healing, and there are so many other ways to move your body and exercise. Even just doing body weight exercises at home, climbing trees is a good one, anything nature focused. And if you have general gym anxiety, Copilot can create an entire program for you at home if that's your preference. When I think about my highest timeline, the way that I want to feel is just so full. When I think about my higher self and how she shows up to the world, all of it is motivated through love and excitement and joy to be tending to this once in a lifetime physical vessel that I have to play around in. And I call upon that when I do feel like bulldozing through and piling on shame and guilt to get me to the gym. It's just like, this isn't really feeding into my highest timeline if it feels like this, if it feels like being mean to myself. This isn't actually my
dream life. Even if I do get this incredible physique, it's going to feel awful if I didn't do it in a way that was kind and loving and reflective of how I actually want to feel in life. I just feel excited about what's to come from this space, and it has just taken a lot of time to reach this peace, and I'm so grateful for it. And I also know that all I have to do is continue showing up to presence and honesty with myself to continue feeding this and continue to show up and be excited about consistency and self-love. So I hope that you can do the same. Please take whatever resonates and leave the rest behind. Don't forget, if you would like to try Copilot out for 14 days free with your own expert fitness and health coach, use my Copilot link. It will be the first one in the description box, and may we all continue to find ways to feed into our long-term health and inner peace. I appreciate you so deeply, and I will see you in a video soon. Bye!